In today's news, the police officer who killed an ophthalmologist earlier this year has been sentenced to prison. The Prime Minister has ordered authorities to host economic roadshows to attract foreign investors. And a car bomb exploded over the weekend near the first Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge. All this is coming up in today's program. You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest top stories in Thailand and beyond. I'm Natty, and I'm filling in for Jet Gunther. Starting off the news today with some updates on the case of the crowd control police officer who killed an ophthalmologist with his motorbike at a zebra crossing in Bangkok in January. He has now been sentenced to prison today. The officer will serve a 1 year and 15-day prison sentence and pay a 4,000 baht fine. He has been charged with 9 different counts. On January 21st this year, 21-year-old police Norawit Buodok struck and killed Dr. Waralak or Mokratai with his Ducati motorbike at a pedestrian crossing in Ratchathewi, Bangkok. He was traveling between 108 to 128 kilometers per hour on a road with an 80-kilometer speed limit. Today at 9 a.m., the criminal court sentenced Norawit to 1 year and 15 days in prison without parole and a 4,000 baht fine. The court confiscated the officer's motorcycle and suspended the officer's driving license for a period of time at the discretion of the court. The officer was temporarily released on bail for 50,000 baht and will now be imprisoned for a period of 1 year and 15 days without parole. Norawit temporarily ordained as a monk to make merit for Dr. Waralak, sparking outrage among members of the public, criticizing him for praying away his sins. Sita Moonhong from the National Office of Buddhism says that someone facing criminal charges should never enter the monkhood. Following the incident back in January, safety advocates pressured the government to make changes to the laws so that those who cause death while violating pedestrian safety rules would be charged with manslaughter. Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has ordered the relevant authorities to host economic roadshows to draw foreign investors back to Thailand. The first event was held in Japan earlier this month from April 13th till the 23rd, with similar events planned for European countries as well as the US, South Korea, and Taiwan. During a press conference this morning, Deputy Spokesperson Traisuli Traisoranakul said PM Prayut wanted the end of the Songkran Festival to be the start of the nation's economic recovery plan. Firstly, the government would drop the Test and Go program on May 1st, as reported after the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration's meeting on April 22nd. Secondly, the spokesperson said Thailand would attract more foreign investors by building confidence in the country's economy. According to a government report, Thailand had more than 700 foreign investment projects in 2020, generating an investment value of about 450 billion baht. The spokesperson also said Deputy PM Supathanapong Pannichau would be in charge of the roadshow plans. The Deputy PM would also prepare to supply foreign investors with the relevant information regarding investment promotion measures, advantages of investing in Thailand, and related measures that have previously been announced. The spokesperson added that the first roadshow had already happened in Japan because there are many Japanese investors in Thailand, and Japan is one of the world's top car manufacturers. According to the report, Thailand has been promoting the long-term resident visa or LTR and measures to encourage the investment in the electric cars and S-curve industries like robotics, electronics, and medical technologies, as well as aviation and logistics.
Choose your trip to your favorite island with 5-Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
A car bomb exploded over the weekend near the first Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge on the Mayawadi side of the border, adjacent to Masod district. Residents in Masod reported they could clearly hear the blast, which happened late Saturday night. An anti-government group is suspected to have planted the explosive in a car parked at the foot of the bridge near the front gate of the Mayawadi border checkpoint. After the explosion, the neighborhood experienced a power surge and around 30 gunshots could be heard moments later. Many vehicles and buildings in the area were reportedly damaged, including a four-story building. No deaths were reported. In response, local security forces strengthened their operations along the border, including village security units, a rapid deployment unit from the Naresuan Force, and Company 346 of the Border Patrol Police. One unit pursued a large number of Myanmar citizens who had fled across the border to Thailand by the Mui River prior to the explosion. A total of 49 illegal migrants were arrested, including 24 men and 25 women who confessed they were waiting for job agencies to take them to Bangkok and other cities. The detained migrants claimed to have paid employment brokers 20,000 baht each. Unfortunately for them, they'll probably be deported after visiting the Masot police station. Top members of Thailand's Democrat Party have resigned in the wake of a sex scandal that rocked the party in recent weeks. Senior politician Kanok Wongtrawan has announced on Facebook today that he has quit his role as a deputy leader in the party out of moral conscience. His resignation follows that of Deputy Prime Minister Wittiya Kyaoparadai, who resigned from the party on Friday, citing the ongoing sex scandal involving another former deputy leader, Prin Panishapak, whom many women have accused of sexual assault and rape. Kanuk said that he decided to resign because the party's response to the sex scandal has failed to meet the expectations of the public, who have questioned the executive committee's moral accountability. His statements echo those of Wittiya, who on Friday warned the party's executive committee that it must do more to restore the party's image, which has been seriously tarnished by the allegations. His solution? Resign. On April 14th, Prin resigned from his post as deputy leader and gave up his party membership in order to fight claims of sexual assault filed against him. So far, at least 18 women have filed an avalanche of sexual assault allegations against the politician. Some cases date back to his time in the UK and include allegations of rape. Prin resigned after his first accuser, an 18-year-old woman, filed a complaint with police earlier this month. Since then, many more women have come out to accuse him of sexual assault. Wittiya, who himself is a former deputy leader, is also a former MP, health minister, and government whip chief. He said that he's been a member of other political parties in Thailand, but that he's been most loyal to the Democrat Party. Wittiya said he might return if the party undergoes major changes. If not, then Thailand's oldest political party would have quote-unquote no future. According to him, someone must be held accountable for how the party handles this scandal. For many observers, that someone is Durin Laksanawisit, who earlier said he would not resign from his post as leader of the Democrat Party. Speaking to reporters after the Democrat Party's General Assembly on Saturday, Durin said that the executive committee would remain in place while they work to resolve the controversy surrounding what is said to become Thailand's largest #MeToo scandal to date. The deputy prime minister also reiterated that he would not resign from his post or the party. Thailand's labor ministry expects to send about 50,000 workers abroad this year. The Department of Employment's PR office said now that restrictions have largely eased, Thailand's labor exports are set to resume in large numbers. So far, labor exports agreements have been signed with two countries, Saudi Arabia and Japan. This follows Thailand's rekindling of relations with Saudi Arabia after decades of cold vibes between the countries due to the notorious so-called Blue Diamond Affair. Last month, Thailand's labor minister said over 1,000 people have registered online with the Department of Employment to apply for jobs in Saudi Arabia. But officials have also become aware that many Thais have been lured into working in other countries by scammer gangs. This has notably happened with Thais who traveled to work in Cambodia. There were also cases when scammers tricked Thais into working as farmhands in Australia and in the so-called spas in the United Arab Emirates. Last month, police in Cha Cheong Sao, a province east of Bangkok, arrested a woman suspected of tricking another woman into working as a prostitute in the UAE. She is one of 6 suspects in the case. The alleged victim told authorities she was invited to work as a masseuse at a spa in Dubai. The DOE's Director General said all input from the meeting would improve the welfare and legal protection aspects for Thai migrants. The department chief said it has opened forums to educate job seekers about overseas employment and conduct thorough background checks of job placement firms nationwide. And that's all for today's report from Thailand News Today. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, you're all up to date on the Thaiger. Have a great day ahead. สวัสดีค่ะ